guys, Joyfield Gamer here, and today we are doing part 6 of what if Izuku had gotten Sonic's abilities. So, without further ado, let's do this. Last time, where we last left off, where Itsuka Kendo had come in contact with the Yellow Chaos Emerald. Of course, the energy wasn't stable, and while she had made contact with the Yellow Chaos Emerald, it put her in a bit of a comatose state. With thankfully the help of Amy, able to go through, just for this what if, able to go through your mind in a way. Imagine Eno in a way, kind of like that. And thanks to her, and also thanks to that little ability she learned a while ago, she was able to see the memories of Kendo. And seeing the perspective of how she saw Izuku. So basically, how she figured out she has a crush on Izuku. But the thing that Kendo doesn't know is that the Yellow Emerald kind of gave her a bit of a power boost. But I won't say how. But I will say in this what if. Anyways, let's just continue. With then, of course, Amy able to help Kendo out of that sticky situation, Kendo was able to see the emeralds and actually hear the most of the truth. And of course, after the week ends, Izuku and Kendo start hanging out in the little base they have. With, of course, Inko now knowing that Kendo, of course, knows the little secret about them, she, of course, promises to keep it a secret. Also, by the way, I forgot if Tails will go to My Hero, but I think I remember him actually being accepted. But anyways, let's continue. With then, of course, then we just skip for the next day, the first day of UA. Of course, Izuku and Tails, and of course Kendo, walking next to each other, actually start walking towards class. With then someone just bumping into both Tails and Izuku, with Katsuki saying, "Move it, nerds!" What a pathetic extras. With anyways, of course, Tails being a bit more smaller, he gets pushed to the side and kind of falls on his butt, of course, with Izuku saying, "Tails, are you okay?" With, of course, Miles, or Tails, whichever you prefer to call him, says, "Yeah, I'm fine." To be honest, it's just that I didn't expect him to do that. "So that's the bully you've been talking about, Izuku?" With Izuku saying, "Yeah, I have. And he's the reason why I, pretty much just crosses his neck with his whole entire hand, like saying, like the cross motion of, unaliving himself." But anyways, Izuku and with Kendo just pretty much like staring, like giving Katsuki a glare. And sadly, in this what if, of course, Kendo will still be in 1B, but it will be different. Yes, pun intended. Yes, after this video, I know where to take myself out, okay. Anyways, let's continue. With then, of course, instantly, of course, Izuku pretty much runs around the whole school, with Tails just pretty much just waiting in front of the door, just pretty much looking at his clock saying, "Any second," and 3, 2, and before he even finished one, Tails says, "So, a new record by just 1 second." With Izuku just laughing, saying, "Yeah, I know, but I guess we should get back to the class." Of course, they were able to find the classroom a bit earlier than canon because, remember, Tails and Izuku. Izuku's the fastest thing alive, and Tails is the smartest thing alive. Well, in his universe. Technically, he still is. But anyways, Of course, Izuku saying, ah, damn, I still need to get faster though. And also, Tails saying, yeah, I also need to change a bit of your limiters as well. Because it looks like it's starting to be overcharged. Or it's at its limit. Of course, he snickers a bit of it as his own joke, with Izuku saying, I don't know how or why you made that joke, but it's understandable. But anyways, we should go. And school's about to start. Of course, Izuku doesn't just look at the door as kind of saying, "Why is it so big?" Remember, he's heard a lot of weird things from Sonic's world, so not barely anything surprises him anymore. Within Izuku pretty much goes in class with Tails. Yes, Tails is class 1A. I don't remember if I did put him in class 1A, but I think I did. Yeah, I think I did. But also he's in support in the support class, pretty much taking 2 classes. So pretty much, um, Izuku and Tails walk into the door. Pretty much same thing as Ken for Kotsky, and pretty much, uh, same thing with Tenya Ida. Same interaction with Izuku. Pretty much just saying, "Look, look, glasses. I know that you're trying to be a really respectful student, but to be honest, you shouldn't even try with him. He's a lost cause." With Tenya Ida and Bakugo pretty much looking at the direction of Izuku, with Baku saying, "What the hell you say, nerd? I'll kill you!" Izuku just saying, "If you can catch me, that is." Pretty much just giving him that little smirk, that like annoying smirk that Sonic can do for like trying to annoy enemies, you know? Yeah, I think you know what I mean. But anyways, Tails just pretty much finds a finds a seat. With then of course, Ta- with then of course just sitting like right behind Izuku, with Izuku sitting like right in front of Tails. With of course Izuku just being there like in an instant, with people just not noticing. And Izuku saying, can you please just stop hiding and just let's get this show on the road? Pretty much just like putting his head on his like hand, pretty much just like as in a bored fashion. With Aizawa saying, "Huh, so you noticed me then? Good, at least one of you is observant." And he pretty much looks behind Izuku and he sees Tails just pretty much putting out his notebook and like pencil and eraser, saying, "I'd say 2. But anyways, I am your teacher, Shota Aizawa, and it took you, huh, 7 seconds to shut up. To be quiet, sorry." And of course, as canon, pretty much the same thing goes about the PE uniform thing and about the orientation. Basically, with of course, uh, they pretty much change with Tenya Ida saying, "Anyways, you are a much greater student than I, because you were able to see through the exam." And Izuku saying, "Actually, I didn't." With Tenya Ida saying, "Huh? What are you talking about?" Izuku saying, "I was just doing the right thing, what a hero should do, because we are trying to learn how to save people. That's the best explanation to say, really." With of course Tanya saying, "Huh, how noble of you." Then we go to Kendo. Pretty much, they're on the auditorium. Pretty much Nezu just doing the message thing with pretty much. Then pretty much Kendo just sees, huh? Why is there a whole row empty? With then one of the more senior students, like junior pretty much, saying, "Huh? Oh, you're wondering where the class 1A students are?" I'm gonna wish them luck, really. With Kendo saying, "Huh? Why?" Pretty much, of course, curious. With the student saying, "Oh, you may not know this, but Class 1A's teacher is extremely strict. and brutal. You wanna know why? With, of course, Kendo shaking her head, saying, "Yes, I do." With pretty much saying, "I once heard," pretty much just leaning in closer, saying, "I once heard that the teacher expelled the whole class on the first day. We don't know why, but that's what I heard. And the thing is, it's true." With, of course, Kendo shocked, with also her being kind of worried. Pretty much just looking at the direction where Class 1A is supposed to be, saying, just thinking, Izuku, being worried for him. With then, of course, just thinking, no, I know he'll do good. I know it. With then, of course, Izuku, of course, we go back to Izuku. And, of course, Class 1B Monoma is, of course, talking shit about Class 1A, about them being better. And Kendo reflexively just neck chops him. With her saying, ugh, I guess I'm gonna get busy now and I'm gonna have a headache. With then, of course, we go to Izuku, and then Izuku just has, why do I feel bad for Kendo? That's weird. With Tail saying, is something wrong, Izuku? Izuku saying, no, I just had a bad feeling, that's all. With then pretty much Aizawa saying, anyways, you're gonna need to learn some things. Anyways, I'm your teacher, and I'm gonna give you a quirk. I think it was called the quirk examination. I think it was called that. Physical quirk examination. I think. I don't remember what it's called, but anyways, let's just go with the quirk exam. That's what I'm gonna call it for now. I don't really know the actual. I forgot it. Really, I forgot it. But sorry. Anyways, pretty much same as canon, but instead of Katsuki, it's actually Izuku. Of course, Katsuki was actually gonna go walk forward with Aizawa saying, What do you think you're doing?" Katsuki saying, "Huh? I'm first, aren't I?" With Aizawa saying, "No, you're not. He is." Pretty much pointing at Izuku. With Izuku pretty much just, like how Sonic pretty much puts both of his hands behind his head, pretty much like that, like laying back. Pretty much that's Izuku. He got that little thing habit. He got that little habit from Sonic now. So pretty much, yeah. Anyways, Izuku pretty much just saying, "Oh, I go first? Sweet." Pretty much, Aizawa just throws the ball at Izuku, just Izuku catching it without looking. With then pretty much Katsuki saying, pretty much thinking, saying, "What? That nerd got first. Damn it!" With then, of course, him thinking that, it's gonna be a few hundred, I bet. Nothing too bad. With Izuku saying, "Oh, Sensei, do you want me to go all out, or..." With Aizo saying, "All out, you know, to pass your limits." Izuku saying, "Oh, okay." With then Izuku looking at Tails, with Tails saying, "I guess you have to do it, but promise me to at least not destroy everything." Izuku just gives him a thumbs up, and just smiles. With Aizawa confusing, "Huh? What are you even talking about?" With Tails saying, "Well, you want to know why he has golden bracelets around him?" With some people intrigued, with Momo asking, "I would like to know, please." With pretty much Tails saying, "Well, it's due to his quirk and his body kind of having a bit of a difficult time forming together. Pretty much like his body's having a difficult time to contain like all the energy, like his quirk. So basically, the limiter is to use with pretty much Shota saying, so it's a way to pretty much contain it and learn how to control it fully. That's a really good, yeah, that was a really good support gadget, kid. Besides, I would like to know what happens when he takes off." Instantly, they hear a little click, and literally two thuds, and then something, and then they just hear like the crackle of electricity going over behind Ashoda, with everyone shocked. With then, just imagine, what's just kind of like Saiyan form. It's the best I can explain. It's like it's not like Izuku going Super Saiyan, like, like supersonic. Mostly like his hair's floating, like defying gravity, with pretty much spikes happening. With everyone in shock, with even Aizawa, even Katsuki, saying, "What the? Where did he get all this power? When did he get this strong? Damn it!" With then, of course, Tails saying, "Remember, Izuku, you promised! Don't destroy anything! And after you throw, remember to put back your limiters." With then an like a bit like a bit of a robotic voice of Sonic saying, of Izuku's voice saying, "Why yes," or I tried my best, but yes, something like almost like that, like electric-ish. You know what I mean? Basically, yes. With people like in shock with the amount of power Izuku's has right now, and then Izuku's like pretty much just goes around and around, spins and spins as fast as he can, really, like in circles, And unknowingly, he creates a tornado. Yeah, not like a really big and bad one. It's more like it's kind of like like not as damaging tornado. Just makes like a lot of. It's like rushing wind. With then instantly Izuku just says, "Now!" Instantly, the ball gets thrown or yeeted. And of course, by doing that, it pretty much just gets flown up in the air as tall as a building. Really? Or pretty much a big building, basically. With everyone shocked. And also, there's like little bits of electricity coming out of the ball. And basically, there's a bit of a straight streak going forward, too. With Izuku saying, "Oops." And Tails just saying, "Just please put back on your limiters. I don't want the floor to pretty much burn or melt." With pretty much Izuku saying, "Yeah, sure, I will." But instantly, he just starts hearing like the little melts. And he just looks down and he sees his limiters are melted. Yeah. With Tails saying, "Okay. Sensei, is it okay if I have permission to go build some right now?" With Aizawa saying, "How long will it take you?" And he tells saying, "A few hours, I'd say." Well, only for the limiter, really. The same customizations that were on the old ones that he was wearing. It might take me a few days, actually. With Izuku saying, "Didn't you tell me that it took you about what, like 3 days?" Tails saying, "Yeah, but now that I figured out how to do it again, it's just natural, so it would take me about a day or so." With then pretty much everyone looking at Tails like shocked, like he just said it was like nothing. And pretty much everyone just looks at the little fox of how smart he is, and basically just found a new type of respect for him. With uh, of course, Katsuki being Katsuki, he gets rage and does the same thing as Cannon, but before even Aizawa could get him, there's like a little force field that's like picking him up, with Katsuki saying, "What the?" And he pretty much tries to push himself with his quirk of explosions. He doesn't move. It's like he stands still in midair. With pretty much everyone looking at, and it's seeing like a little laser beam, like a little beam of light that's like picking him up. With pretty much Aizawa looking at Tails, thinking, "Huh, is that his quirk?" With Tails saying, "Look, Katsuki, whatever your name is, you really shouldn't go near him because you'll get fried and you'll become that." And pretty much points at the metal, like the golden rings or bracelets, pretty much still melting because of the ground slightly becoming lava. Yup. With Katsuki just saying, "Whatever. Whatever. Get out of my way, nerd." Damn extra. Of course, Aizo saying, anyways, is that your quirk, kid? Tail saying, oh no, it's one of my adventures actually. It's a capture support weapon I actually thought. Support item that I thought of actually 3 days ago, and it took me about 2 days to make, really. With everyone shocked, with pretty much Shoju's looking like completely like nothing is like confusing, huh? What's wrong? Did I say something wrong? Pretty much being like an innocent bean, with everyone just thinking, saying, this kid's able to create something in 2 days? With Izuku saying, yeah, that's Miles for you. Of course, Izuku kind of like closes his mouth saying, shoot, I said something he really wouldn't like. With everyone looking at Izuku saying, Miles? Izuku saying, forget I said anything. With, of course, pretty much everything kind of going the same as canon, but except for Izuku basically dominating all of them. Of course, he was able to outrun Ida, with pretty much Izuku, of course, getting like the little race, like the straight race thing, in about like what? 0.0001 seconds. Yep. The boy's fast as hell when he doesn't have his limiters on. That's only like a last resort, so yeah, you can't blame the guy. But anyways, basically, of course, Izuku won most of things and mostly kind of melted everything because of his electricity, going haywire. The only person that was able to stand near Izuku was Kaminari, because, lightning quirk. Basically. And pretty much Kaminari kind of got a bit of the electricity, and let's just say kind of made his capacity for, like, holding electricity even bigger! So yeah. And of course, at first he was like he kind of turned dumb mode, kind of like the, like the thumb ups thing. At first, but pretty much after being shocked and like constantly shocked by Izuku's like lightning, pretty much it was like brain rebooting, brain like shutting off, brain rebooting, like it was constant like that, He was kind of like, pretty much the person that was laughing like near death was pretty much Jiro, of course. With Kaminari saying, someone, please, like, like, help me, kind of like that. With, of course, everyone's just standing away from Izuku. With Aizawa saying, at least that kid's safe. I guess his quirk's the only reason why he's still living. And I'm guessing, because of the lightning surrounding Midoriya, it's kind of helping Kaminari with his quirk. Huh. And let's just say it's kind of like able to make Kaminari hold even more electricity, because of Izuku. So basically, yeah. Then basically, I'm saying basically way too much. God dang. Anyways, we continued with, of course, the board, and of course Aizawa did say the thread as canon. Of course, who wouldn't think that? With, of course, Izuku being first, obviously. Tails being second because of his inventions and also being creative on his things. And pretty much, yeah, Shoto being third, Bakugo being fourth, Ida being fifth, with Momo being sixth. Basically, I am every other person as canon, right? Pretty basically. With Den, what was the invisible girl's name? Yeah, she's basically last. With then pretty much when she's teaming up saying, no, I can't leave. I'm gonna get expelled on my first day. And of course she's starting to tear up. With Aizawa saying, oh, by the way, I was just lying about the expulsion thing. With pretty much everyone just saying, with pretty much Izuku saying, huh? All of you, huh? You all thought he was for real? With everyone looking at Izuku saying, With Momo saying, I thought everyone else figured. I guess I should have said something. With everyone saying, yeah, I think you should have. With Tails saying, I don't think you should have said anything, really. With everyone looking at Tails, with Aizawa saying, Tails, or Miles, whatever you want to call yourself. Why, why shouldn't she have said anything? With Tails explaining, saying, pretty much because of pressure, we actually do our best. And shows us our true personality and character to see if we can become true heroes. And because of the rumors that I heard about you the last years that got kicked out of Class 1A because of you, and Tails saying this, everyone, including Momo, saying, we could have been kicked out? With Izuku saying, oh yeah, he did kick out a whole class last semester. I just want to know what the reason for. With, of course, pretty much Tails continuing saying, yes, and I would be thinking that you would do this so you can see if we had potential, if that's correct. If my hypothesis is correct, at least. Pretty much putting on a thinking face. With pretty much Aizawa just doing that smile saying, huh, I guess you two are ahead of the class. That is correct. They did that little trick so everyone can go past those limits to see their true character. Because like I said before, life isn't fair. Things can go one way, which can be your way, or the other, which is off the handle, or you can't handle anything. So, this is why I was trying to prepare you, so you can understand what happens when you go down the path of a hero. It is not easy, so please understand this. With then pretty much, everyone just kind of sighs, but also feels thankful for what he did, because now they see that they have potential in becoming heroes. With then basically Aizo saying, "Okay, get ready. We have 15 minutes left until the orientation. Now everyone get ready." With then pretty much everyone goes and just says hi, of course saying yes, and then they pretty much go change. And of course, Mineta tries to do the peeping thing again, with Izuku pretty much saying, yeah, sorry, can't let you do that. Of course, Mineta saying, brother, come on, we can see running, please, I can see Momo naked. Of course, Shoto did not take that kindly. With pretty much Izuku saying, if you continue doing that, this guy's gonna impale you with ice. Or maybe leave you like a popsicle. Or an ice cube. Yeah, I would say an ice cube would fit you better. Because impaling is not the best thing of a hero. With Mineta pretty much just being scared shitless. Saying, yes sir, I won't do anything, sir. Of course, being defeated and also kind of like doing like the little soldier salute thing, With then, of course, in the female's bathroom, kind of the conversation about the perv being pretty much Kyoko hearing the whole thing, pretty much about the whole perv doing, with pretty much everyone just being extreme, like, of course, covering themselves, but then her saying that what Izuku did, and how Todoroki felt when Mineta mentioned her, with, of course, Momo blushing. With Mina asking, oh, so do we have a secret couple here? And remember, this is my what if. You may hate it right now. My what if, though. With Momo saying, well, he's technically my fiance, but, with everyone just saying, huh? Of course, everyone, even Mina, was not expecting that. With Mina saying, okay, wait, what? Fiance. With her thinking, saying, the only reason I see that happening is for a quirk marriage. Wait, are you in a quirk marriage? With Momo saying, actually, no, we've been dating for about 3 years now. And of course, it's in since middle school. Yay! Basically, yes, I ship Momo and Shoto. So yes, you can hate me all you want, but I love this ship. To be honest, I see this actually happening. But anyways, let's continue. With everyone saying, huh? Wait, were you the one to, with, of course, Momo saying, no, not really, it was Shoto. With, of course, her blushing even more, with Mina saying, girl, give us the details, right now, give us the tea, you know? With Momo just kind of like laughing, with then pretty much Shoto just pretty much just feeling happy for some reason. Of course, he does this little, like, his like straight, like his what's this what's the word, you know, like how he's slightly smiling, it's like barely noticeable, only if you like hang out with him for a long time you would know, like the slight changes, basically that. With then basically um everything, everyone pretty much just finishes changing, with them pretty much going to orientation, and of course some of the senior and junior students are in shock because they see that Class 1A is there. And y'all know what I mean, because remember, Aizawa pretty much expelled a whole class on their first day. With them pretty much some of the kids saying, pretty much whispering about them, saying, are you seeing this? There's actually a Class 1A. Huh, isn't that weird? With the other one saying, yeah, mostly you wouldn't have a Class 1A, but I guess they're an exception, or the teacher sees something in them to let them be. With, of course, everyone in Class 1A, with Mineta pretty much saying, I guess we're famous! With them pretty much Izuku saying, yeah, famous. With them pretty much Izuku sees Kendo, and pretty much Kendo just does this soft smile. With Izuku noticing this, it's like something, it's like Izuku starts to blush even more. And his heart starts beating like he's already run a mile already, or even more than 100 miles at this point. And he's like, what's going on? Why is my heart beating so fast like I actually ran around the world? This is going through his head right now. And basically Tails sees this, and then he looks at the direction where Izuku looked at, and then pretty much just puts the pieces together saying, oh, and pretty much, of course, just saying, hey, me, I hope you help me with this. Pretty much just laughing to himself. He does this evil smirk, and for some reason, Izuku and Kendo just felt a shiver go down their spines. With Izuku saying, why do I feel like my life is going to become a hell soon? With Kendo pretty much having the same thought as Izuku. With then pretty much, of course, the end of orientation, they go back to class. Basically, the first class happens. With pretty much Kendo just having like a regular class with Vlad King. With Vlad King talking about the things about what a hero is, and pretty much like the values and morals and stuff like that. With pretty much just teaching basic classes and stuff like that. And of course, the same thing for Izuku. Pretty much class goes like normal. But then, let's say they were doing like Kendo was writing like something for like her class, like, you know, like taking notes. And for some reason she saw yellow lightning appearing from her. And she saw this. And she's like, hmm? And she like slapped it on her hand, and she, let's just say someone saw this and saying, huh? What are you doing? With Kendo just kind of jumping and saying, oh, and pretty much turns around saying, oh, I thought I saw a mosquito or a bug. So I think I'm seeing things. Pretty much laughs like nervously. With then pretty much the students are okay, with then pretty much, of course, she just focuses and starts trying to gain knowledge and pretty much tries to write. And pretty much for some reason the teacher stops talking. When pretty much Kendo says, teacher, why did you stop talking? And Kendo notices that the teacher's a bit smaller. With Kendo saying, why is everyone smaller? With pretty much the teacher saying, it's not that we became small, is that it's, how you become so big? Kendo saying, huh? What do you mean? My quirk is giant hands, but I... Instantly, that's when she noticed that not just her, but also like her, like the pencil and notebook are starting to grow in size as well, and the table a bit. Yes, she can literally turn giant, and also the things around her. And that's what happened with the Chaos Emerald. Yeah. Anyways, we go to a different class with Izuku, of course, being in one of the classes in class with, of course, Tails is not there because remember, support course. He also has two classes. Of course, Tails is in the support course, pretty much learning about how everything works and basically how to create things. With Tails saying, "Whoa, there's a lot of nice stuff here," but of course he thinks back of his lab back at home, basically saying, "But it's nothing like my lab." But still, it's really interesting. With then pretty much noticing that one of the things are busted. With pretty much Tails saying, excuse me, I forgot the teacher's name. Or the hero teacher's name. Saying, that's busted. Is it okay if I can fix it? With the teacher even saying, oh, I didn't notice it was busted. So that's why I was having a bit of trouble. Sure, why not? I don't mind. Tails saying, thanks. And then pretty much he goes and pretty much like fixes the whole thing. Hell, he even makes it better than new. You know? Like, it makes it look like the old versions are like like the things of like decades old. And the teacher is shocked, saying, "How did you?" With of course Tail saying, "Oh, just practice, I guess. Inventing is kind of my thing. I kind of do it in my extra free time." With of course everyone looking at Tails, with some being angry, some looking at awe, and some just what, you know. And one of the few people that are looking at Tails in awe, or a girl that runs up to saying, oh, incredible! You were able to upgrade even more, and even able to make the speed of it work 100 times better. How'd you do it? I need to know. And basically, she has a notebook out and with a pencil, and she is looking at Tails like a gold mine right now. Like he is a gold mine of knowledge. With Tails just sweating, saying, well, I kind of made my own lab at home, really. With pretty much people, with the teacher saying, oh, you have your own lab? That's nice to know. If you don't mind, would you actually show us how it looks like? With Tails pretty much just kind of, pretty much kind of like scared shitless because of this. He doesn't show it in, like, outwards, but inside he is screaming internally. He is saying, why did I say anything about the lab? And basically, Tails saying, it's nothing much, it's just a small room. Basically, he's just saying, please believe me, please believe me, please believe me, please believe me, you know? With, of course, the teacher saying, that's fine. But one day I hope to see the lab, your lab, if you don't mind. With Tails saying, you know it's at my home, right? With, of course, the teacher saying, yes, that's true. Maybe you can help, maybe we can, with Tails saying, anyways, we should start with the class. With the teacher saying, yes, thank you for reminding me. And pretty much class starts, with then Tails pretty much just gets this feeling of energy saying, uh-oh. With the teacher saying, is something wrong, Tails? With Tails saying, oh, I forgot something at the little workshop. I forgot my book, my journal. With the teacher saying, but your backpack is, with the teacher saying, I'll be back right now real quick. Well, then pretty much the support teacher saying, well, I guess he's off inventing something. With, of course, May being intrigued saying, can I? With, of course, not being able to finish her sentence, with the teacher saying, no, you sit. With then, of course, sorry, um, my mind literally just left me at this point. What was it? 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 Um, there it is. So pretty much Izuku felt the same thing. He's like, oh god. Instantly, he ran. He asked Aizawa if he can go to the bathroom. With Aizawa saying, sure, but instantly Izuku just as a blue blur just ran. With Aizawa saying, quick about it. Pretty much looks at the door saying, huh, I guess the kid really needed to go. With basically Izuku running towards the classroom where Kendo is, with Izuku saying, is there someone named Kendo here? With everyone seeing the door open with the teacher saying, yes. Of course, Izuku didn't see it because there was like someone, let's just say someone, like the door was blocking the view and he only saw the teacher through the little window. Let's just say, okay? You might be saying, that's dumb. But just for little, for jokes. But anyways, Izuku sees Kendo pretty much hitting the roof. It's like a giant sitting in a room saying, can someone help me, please? My back's starting to hurt. With Izuku saying, oh no. And basically, he sees the yellow lightning again surrounding Kendo. With then pretty much saying, oh god. I'll be back real quick. I have something to stop this. Basically, he runs so fast, there's like literal wind pressure that was in the classroom that blew away everyone's papers, even the teachers. And Izuku ran to the support course class, not the class where Tails was in a few minutes ago, but basically other workshops. And he kept looking and looking and looking until he found Tails' workshop. Izuku saying, Tails? Tails saying, I got it! And of course, Tails was making something. Pretty much there was like these little lights saying, come on, almost done, a few seconds, you only need a few minutes. Sonic saying, Tails, come on, hurry this up. If you don't hurry, the school roof might not work anymore. With Tails saying, I understand. And of course, pretty much just works as fast as he can, saying, done. And pretty much Izuku saying, why is that a Joker? Tails saying, don't question it. It was the only thing I was able to get in the quickest time. Got it. And I was barely able to make this in, a few minutes? Just hurry up and go. Pretty much, he just violently pushes it, like gives him the item, the choker, where pretty much can compress like the chaotic energy. Yes, from Chaos Emerald. We pretty much Izuku saying, yeah, whatever. And of course, he instantly goes back running to Class 1B, where then pretty much Izuku sees that Class 1B, well, the classroom of the roof, is starting to crack because Kendo is starting to become almost the size of Mount Lady. Well, starting to become the size of Mount Lady. You know? With pretty much Kendo, like, pretty much cracking the roof, Izuku saying, oh god, how is there, and basically he just accidentally pressed the button, which actually worked, and it's like, that works. Instantly he starts running towards Kendo and just quickly puts on the choker for her, and thankfully, and also when he presses the button on the choker, and basically, like those little, those little collars that you see some people wearing? Basically like that. With pretty much, because of the collar, or choker, pretty much, and Kendo was able to go back to normal size, with the other items as well. With basically the teacher saying, what just... Of course, not able to finish, Izuku saying, well, I gotta go, bye. I gotta go now, bye. See you, Kendo, bye. Instantly goes back to classroom, and just pretty much saying, whew. Thanks, Aizawa, I really needed that. Aizawa saying, yeah, no problem, kid. And of course, Izuku's like, just thinking, this is going to be a long explanation, isn't it? With then, pretty much everything goes well and dandy. And that's where I'm going to leave it off for today. I hope you all enjoy. Have a great day. Good afternoon. And also sorry for not recording for What If yesterday. I had a family reunion. Anyways, take care. Bye.